Hey everyone, welcome to the table. Welcome back to my new channel. I'm excited about this. I'm Buck, and we're going to look at my first two knives that I got when I started getting into collecting knives again as an adult. I had a few knives as a kid, and my cousins and I would always go with our dads to gun shows and things like that and bring home cheap throwing stars and cheap knives, and yeah, we got into all kinds of hijinks with that stuff. But quite a few years back, I got into hiking and backpacking again as an adult, and I do a lot of work with campgrounds, just church camps and things like that. And I remember at one point I was whittling what turned out to be one of the best hiking sticks I've ever found, and I really wore myself out peeling all of the bark off of this really good hiking stick. It ended up working, but my hand was like cramped up for a couple of days after that. It took a while, and I just had this cheap Walmart blister pack knife, and I thought, next year maybe I should upgrade. I'd been buying some hiking equipment, saving up some of those dividend points at REI, and I thought I would look into getting slightly better knives. These are the first two that I went for. I got these both at REI for about $100 each. I got this the first year, and then I got this one the second year. And this is the Benchmade Mini-Griptilian. It's got a serrated edge and a coated blade, which I found out later I rather would have gotten a plain edge there, but that's not that important right now. These were my first two decent upgrades into high quality knife, and my life got a little bit easier after these purchases. These are just great, wonderful knives, and I have had these both for many years. You can see the wear there on the pocket clip, and they have lasted so long and done so well. Try to get it to focus on that, and I can't recommend these enough. These are great knives. Now, back in the day when I looked into upgrading, I saw these and I thought, oh man, $100 knife, that's pretty rich for my blood. I was used to buying, like I said, $20 knives at a department store in a blister pack that may have been made anywhere, and just weren't super high quality. Nothing terribly bad, really, just not good. Not the greatest tools, right? And so when I went to upgrade and saw the price, I got a little bit of sticker shock. But that was kind of back in the day, and things have changed since then, even since I've bought these two. So a little quick overview. We'll go back to the Mini-Griptilian. This is the first one I got, and it's got it's the Benchmade Mini-Griptilian. It is a Mel Pardue design. The blade design and the handle. The handle's arguably the coolest part about these. They just fit in your hand so very well. And these were back in the day. This, like I said, this was, I think, is about 7 years old, and this one I think is about 6 years old. And they have 154 cm steel, which back in the day was considered a high-end steel from some reviewers' point of view, and today is many people's favorite steel for like everyday carry. It's easy to sharpen, it's easy to take care of, it holds an edge pretty well, and I've never had an issue with it in 7 years for this knife, even though serrations are kind of difficult to deal with and sharpen and stuff. I've never had an issue with it. I love this knife. It's under 7 inches long. The blade length is under 3, so if you live in a place where you can't have a blade longer than 3 inches, this is a great idea. This is a great option for you. It doesn't weigh a whole lot. I should have looked up the weight. But it's super lightweight, easy to carry, and again, fits in your hand very well. Both of these feature a lock called the Axis lock. It was a Benchmade proprietary kind of thing, and now the patent has run out, and other companies are making their own version of this lock. Some people complain about the springs in here breaking. I have never had that problem. This knife has gotten a little bit crusty with age, and it takes a little bit more of a wrist flick when I use the Axis lock to open it, but I think I just need to get in there and clean out the gunk. I've had this for so long. yeah, I've used and abused this knife. It was a great knife. Let's go to the big guy now, the full-size Griptilian. And this blade, man, when I first got a hold of this knife, I kind of was in love for a long time. And again, this is the second one that I got. They're both around the same price, by the way. They were about $120. I want to say they're a $100 knife, but typically if you pay money at the store, you're going to pay about 120 bucks. This is also 154 cm steel. It's the same design as the little guy. It's basically the same knife. The handles feel a little bit lighter. Probably they did that on purpose to make up for the weight difference in the size. But this, man, this thing is just awesome. I don't carry this one as much anymore. It kind of sits around the house. I don't really need serrated edge, but I'll probably never get rid of it either. It's just a great knife. But this one, man, oh man, this is one of my favorite purchases ever. Again, for around $120, this thing just fits in your hand perfectly. It's got some jimping up here, the control that you have when you're doing some sort of task, when you're cutting through cardboard or you're whittling at camp or whatever it is you might be doing. This knife is just one of my all-time favorites. This is what I would recommend anybody that's looking for a good quality knife that doesn't want to spend too much over $100. You just can't go wrong. They have upgraded materials these days, quite a bit, and but they kind of continue to be the same price unless you go with the secondary upgrades, which get you into one of the what's commonly referred to as one of the new super steels that is out and about these days. Bottom line, my goodness, these knives are super easy to recommend. The only reason I don't carry this one much anymore is, again, because of the serrations. So the idea here is whatever fits you best. These are two great pocket knives that will serve you forever. I've had this one 7 years. Again, this one about 6. And I've never had an issue with any of them. I'll tell you a quick story and then we'll be done, really. I had just gotten this knife and my family and I were on vacation. And we were on our way back. And we stopped in Cincinnati to go to the Newport Aquarium with the kids and then go see a Reds game. So we parked at the aquarium, went there, then we went and ate, and then we walked across the bridge, walked across the Ohio River, and went to the Cincinnati Reds game. And I forgot that I had this in my pocket. And that was a scary moment. I kind of, we stood in line for a long time, and we got up to the security checkpoint, and then I remembered right then and there, oh no, I have that big knife. And it's not a huge knife, but that is probably not legal to carry in Cincinnati at all. And it's also, you can't take this kind of thing to a baseball game usually. So I went up to the guy doing the security checkout, and I said, hey, I'm so sorry. I left this knife in my pocket. Can you check this in for me? And I come back and get it after the game. I don't have any problem with that. And he was like, I can't promise you'll get it back. And he said, I'm not going to be here at the end of the game. We tag these things and we take them to a room, and I don't think they'll get it back to you. I don't want to promise you anything. And he said the best thing for you to do is to take it back to your car, which was across the river. And so I had just bought the knife. I told my wife, I'm so sorry. I just paid $100 for this in REI dividend points, but still, I just couldn't let it go that easily. I was too hyped up about this thing. I liked it so much that I walked back across the Cincinnati Bridge and put it in my car. And then I rejoined my family in the second inning of that Cincinnati Reds game. And, hey, it gave me a story to tell. This is a great knife. These both are great knives. If you're just looking to get decent quality tools and not spend super high amount of money, I can't recommend the Benchmade Griptilian and Mini-Griptilian enough. All right, thanks for watching. I'll have more videos up in the coming days, and I appreciate it. Take care. Bye.